New Jersey contractor's license does not permit you to legally perform contracting work in Pennsylvania. You are required to obtain a Pennsylvania contractor's license before undertaking any contracting jobs within the state. This requirement ensures adherence to Pennsylvania's specific construction regulations, safety standards, and legal requirements. The process of obtaining a Pennsylvania contractor's license typically involves several steps. Firstly, you'll need to determine the specific type of contractor's license that aligns with the nature of the work you intend to perform. Pennsylvania offers various license classifications such as general contractor, electrical contractor, plumbing contractor, and HVAC contractor. The specific requirements and qualifications vary depending on the license type. Secondly, you will need to gather all necessary documentation and meet the eligibility criteria set forth by the Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry or the relevant licensing board. This may include providing proof of insurance, such as general liability and workers' compensation insurance, as well as demonstrating relevant experience and qualifications. Thirdly, you will likely need to pass an examination to demonstrate your knowledge of Pennsylvania's building codes, safety regulations, and relevant industry standards. The specific exam requirements vary depending on the type of contractor's license you are seeking. Fourthly, you will need to complete the application process and submit all required documentation and fees to the appropriate licensing authority. The application process typically involves providing detailed information about your business, your qualifications, and your experience. Fifthly, once your application is approved and you have met all requirements, you will be issued a Pennsylvania contractor's license. This license grants you the legal authority to perform contracting work within the state subject to the terms and conditions of the license. It is important to note that Pennsylvania has specific requirements for continuing education and license renewal. To maintain your Pennsylvania contractor's license, you will need to complete continuing education courses on a regular basis and renew your license before it expires. Failure to comply with these requirements may result in the suspension or revocation of your license. Operating without a valid Pennsylvania contractor's license can result in significant penalties, including fines, legal action, and the inability to enforce contracts. It is crucial to ensure that you are properly licensed and compliant with all applicable regulations before undertaking any contracting work in Pennsylvania. It is advisable to consult with an attorney or a licensing consultant to ensure that you fully understand the requirements and process for obtaining a Pennsylvania contractor's license. They can provide guidance and assistance throughout the application process, helping you to avoid potential pitfalls and ensure compliance with all applicable laws and regulations. In addition to obtaining a Pennsylvania contractor's license, it is also important to be aware of local permitting requirements and regulations. Many municipalities in Pennsylvania have their own building codes and permitting processes that you will need to comply with. Before starting any construction project, it is essential to obtain the necessary permits from the local government. Furthermore, you should familiarize yourself with Pennsylvania's construction laws and regulations, including the Pennsylvania Construction Code Act and the Uniform Construction Code. These codes establish minimum standards for building design and construction, and compliance is mandatory. Staying informed about changes to these codes and regulations is crucial to ensure that your work meets the required standards. In summary, a New Jersey contractor's license is not valid in Pennsylvania. To legally perform contracting work in Pennsylvania, you must obtain a Pennsylvania contractor's license and comply with all applicable regulations and permitting requirements. This ensures that you are operating within the bounds of the law and that your work meets the required safety and quality standards.